Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this stream, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home of Tottenham past, present, and an exciting future under Ange as he takes us to the promised land. Or will he? That is the question. And the question is, has Ange been backed? Or is it the same old story? Now, if you're listening to my co-host tonight, the great Tequila, it's the same old story. And do you know what, Tequila? Before you say hello to everyone, I'm actually now tending to agree with you. I mean, miracles cease to happen, but you're dragging me down to your side of the argument, Tequila.
Drag me down to my level, am I?
Yeah, you are. It's the same old bullshit. Every summer's the same.
And the thing is that I actually, believe it or not, I mean, I'm called negative a lot, and that's fine. I don't care that much. But I was actually quite optimistic for once, and this is maybe we influence each other. So maybe your influence was. So I was feeling quite optimistic. I didn't think we were going to challenge for the league, and I never believed that. But I was quite optimistic. I thought to myself, we've got a young, good team, a manager who wants to play attacking football. Okay, so we're going to leak goals, but I kind of accept that as we're going to be open because we're going to be attacking. I've kind of accepted that is how we're going to play. But I was like, I hate our strike force. I can't stand our forward line, Dermo. And maybe I was spoilt with the Berbatovs and the Keanes and the Defoes and all the ones that I've seen. And it depresses me a little bit. And then, of course, this Solanke news is just knocked the stuffing out of me a little bit, I'm afraid.
I'll go back to bloody Graf Crooks and Archibald and Glenn Hoddle and Chris Waddle and Gaza and Gary Lineker and strikers players like that who have graced our clubs over the years, younger than you, Tequila.
Yeah.
And Martin Shivers in Phillips' times, Jimmy Greaves in Phillips' time as well, the greatest striker of all time. And we're going for Solanke. Seriously? Is that the best we can do? Seriously?
And if it is the best that we can do, then what has gone wrong backstage, so to speak? Or do we really believe that Levy or whoever, or the transfer board went to Ange and said, "Okay, mate, who do you want? Who do you want within reason? Who within reason? That we know we're not going to go and spend 100. We know we're not going to go and spend 100 million on a striker, right? We can't afford those top tiers. We're not in the Champions League and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, but out of the available players, who do you want, Ange? And I got to be honest, I struggle to believe that Ange probably turned around and said, "I want Solanke."
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then what has happened?
Yeah.
We've come to this.
Yeah, just to answer Joe's question, he said, and probably you can answer this as well for us, Tequila. He says, wasn't the news on this channel earlier that you had an in the know, which we do. Tequila would back me up in this, saying we would do a bit this year in the window. We still could well do a bit in this window. The window isn't shut yet. We're only
I mean, it was all. It's all in good faith, Joe. I mean, obviously we're not going to tell you who it is. Of course we're not. But we both know the person pretty well, and the person has no reason to lie or stuff like that. But I agree with you that with all in the know, and this is all, the only people who know exactly what's going on probably are the selling club's lead person, the player themselves, and the buying club. So stuff can get lost. So I'm not saying Inano was lying. What he told us was in good faith, but not everything comes to pass. But as Dermo said, the window isn't closed yet.
And can I say, we've got the Harry Kane news, right? We were the first one to break that. We're the first one to break Ange Postecoglou signing for Tottenham Hotspur, if I might rightly. We have been the channel that has broke news. We don't break rumors. We don't do clickbait. We don't do that. We just break news as we get it. And if we think it's credible news and we think it's news you guys want to hear, we will break it to you. But look, the transfer window frustration, and it's probably something I want to get into. Maybe, Joe, this is a question to you. Do you think the transfer window seems quiet for everyone? It's the European market broke. Are we waiting apparently we're waiting for the Pro League to kickstart the transfer window. Are they holding us to ransom? Holding the transfer window to ransom? Is it because we've got too many foreign players at the club that we can only buy homegrown players. Do we have to shift them? There's a lot of different things going over. The window doesn't shut until the 1st of September, which, if I'm rightly, is a Sunday, which is deadline day. So between today is the 6th of August to then, we can get a lot of business done. Maybe we wanted business done early in the window to get players under Ange, that they could get used to his method. Yeah, we would all love that. But I'm just getting some. Maybe the windows are open too long, Tequila. Maybe they should go back to the old days where there wasn't a window.
My only issue with the whole window being long, Demo, is that I'd like to believe, and maybe I'm naive, and you know what? That's fine. Or I'm too idealistic. But I would have liked to believe that Ange had an idea, and Levy, in collaboration, had an idea about what they wanted to do the window months ago. Not on July the 1st or whenever it opens, right? Like months ago, right? When it looked like we were going to be in Europe, which we probably would have known we were, probably March, right? In some form of Europe. I mean, granted, maybe the only thing that maybe would have been different is that Ange and Levy didn't know if we would be in the Champions League, because we the race was still on, or if we would be in one of the lesser ones. Of course, we ended up getting one of the lesser ones, so that might have impacted spending to a certain degree. But I would have liked to have thought that they would have drawn up targets for Ange for this striker, because we never did replace Kane a long time ago. That we would have had a list of targets. I would say at least 5, because you've got to be flexible, right?
Yeah.
Was Solanke in that top 5? Maybe
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't have thought so. Maybe he was 5th, Dermo. And maybe we've just been real unlucky. I don't know.
Maybe the one thing with Solanke is that he does work hard, and that does mean a lot in an Ange system. He works hard. He gets into plays. But look, let's get into welcome people into the chat. Okay, there is a few people in. Let's get in it, and then will you and me? We're only on for about 45 minutes, guys. I may go on a bit longer, but let's get into this tonight. But let's welcome a few people.
I've got to run at about 10 to, so
yeah. Probably no, it's not your fault. Big up to Jazz Fusion. At this exact minute, I argue hardly. If Ange's being back, big up the football and boxing. Something that always says you speak the truth and justice on this channel, Tequila. One of your biggest fans says Ange is just another yes man. Levy does this to every manager, and they fall for it. Now he will wait, just get sacked, to get to pay off, then repeat. Fans, I don't agree with that 100%. Sorry, I just don't agree with that. No doubt it will be a transfer open. It's still open still. But let's be honest, we all knew Ange wanted to play through the door for pre-season. Yes, he did. But this first bit, I don't think Ange for any way is a yes manager. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I don't know how you feel on that, Tequila, but I do not agree with that one iota. I don't think Ange is that type of manager.
I don't know is my answer. I don't know, because I haven't seen enough of Ange before Spurs to really say either way. Do I think he's a yes man? I mean, I think they're all yes man to a certain degree, because that's their employer. Do you know what I mean?
Ange's not a yes man. He walked out. He qualified Australia for the World Cup and then walked out because he didn't get what he was promised by the Australian FA. What
I would say, Dermo, is that Ange is a smart guy, right? I don't doubt that. So, and he will be what's the right word to use? He will be knowledgeable enough to know that this is his most high profile job he's got. You might say, well, no, maybe Australia. Probably not. This is probably his most high profile job of his career, profile wise. So he might think that he's under the microscope a bit more, and that might be fair. So maybe he's thinking about his reputation, that he wouldn't want to be seen as somebody who kind of gets up and quit. I'm not suggesting that he's a yes man, but I am suggesting that maybe that his reputation is on the line a little bit more, because if he doesn't do well at Spurs, and you could say, well, he's already done well, but he has not been a failure. But if for example he doesn't last this season, what kind of job can he then go to if he doesn't succeed at Spurs? Probably a backward step.
Well, anywhere apart from Tottenham is a backward step. But look, I will have an answer for that in a minute. Big up to Jazz Fuse. Signing needs at deadline day can ruin the start. It can. race before it even begins. Levy doesn't care. Top 4 is all good. Tequila saying big up, guys. Please become a Patreon member. The link is in the description, guys. Do that as we fight our battle against YouTube to get our membership backs. Big up, and there's the link there for Tequila. I will link that to the top of the page for you guys. Big up to Deji Samuel. Good evening, everyone. Levy out. Big up to Boris, our Patreon member. Big up, Boris, who I think is joining the channel full time, isn't he, Tequila?
That's what a little birdie told me. Unless the birdie was telling me porkies.
No. So welcome to the family, Boris. Great to have you on future shows. Joe said wasn't. Oh yeah, we did that one. We got Reese Denby. I'm a big, massive fan of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. My favourite player is Son. Please, could you send me a sign? Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean,
right to Tottenham. Right to Tottenham.
We don't have that kind of influence. I wish that we did.
No, right to Tottenham. Beast of Tottenham Hotspur, evening, Dermot. Evening, Beast. Big up to our mate Wayne Bonner. This club lacks ambition. Solanke isn't what we need. We need quality. The club just won't spend the money on quality needed.
Wayne, I need to remake you a mod, mate, because it was we changed some things. So I need to remake you a mod, mate. Remind me to make him a mod again.
Yeah, and Wayne, you need to get in touch with Tequila as well. Tequila needs to talk to you. Everyone seems to forget the window isn't closed for a while, and there's still a lot of transfers take time. Unfortunately, we're waiting on certain things to happen. Look, I think Boris is right here as well, and he also makes a point, Tequila as well, that only clubs what have done a lot of deals is West Ham, Ipswich, and Villa. Like 3 clubs out of 20 clubs have done a lot of deals.
I'd say United have also done business as well.
Yeah. Well, that's 4 out of 20.
Yeah, but my retort to that is I understand where Boyce is coming from, but I don't really care about those clubs. I only really care about Spurs.
Yeah, that's true. Joe says, damn, I was just going off your intro. You seem pissed that nothing's happened yet. I am pissed. I'm very pissed off. And I'm normally not like that.
No, he's not pissed. He's just a bit frustrated, I think.
I am frustrated.
Yeah. Don't
tell me to go to a darkened room and just and be happy for 10 minutes to kill it. Do not tell me to do that.
You're fine, mate.
Which you told me to do the other day when we were talking about this. So go to a dark room, Domo, for 10 minutes. You'll be quite happy.
That's what I do, bruv. Save on the electric bill a lot, put it that way. Yeah, I know.
Oh, Lord. And Henry, move on. And people wonder why we do this channel. Oh, Lord Jesus.
I mean, okay, let's ask the chat quickly. I mean, do you think Dermo is out of line being frustrated? Because I think that he's got all the right to be. Because Dermo is a very positive person, much more positive than I am. And every year he puts on a brave front, and every year, he backs his team and he has high expectation. With me, I'm much more jaded. So for me, it's like I don't get as frustrated because I'm just used to it. This feeling I have, I'm used to it every year. But to see Dermo this way, I think it sucks a bit because he's normally so upbeat. So what do people in the chat think? Do you think Dermo he shouldn't be this way, or is it that? Do you think Dermo's finally coming around? I mean, is that the way how you want to phrase it? I don't want you to become a jaded fan, Dermo. I like your optimism. I don't share it as much, but I like it.
I'm sitting in a new chair for my back today, which I'm absolutely. If people doesn't know, I was actually taken into hospital on Friday evening after the podcast with my back. Tequila, I won't go into all details, but Tequila and Philip and Colin know the full extent of what is happening. So I got delivered my new chair today, which Tequila knows why I need it. Yeah. And I'm as happy as a sandboy. And then I read the Solanke news and it just bought me.
Well, a couple of people in the chat are saying, like football and boxing, saying you're right to be angry.
Yeah.
And even Joe's saying could be frustrated, but you should have a word with the United that said it would be going big. I mean, like I said, it was all done in good faith, Joe.
I will be having a word with him. Don't worry. And we'll be I'll tell him to mind himself tomorrow as well. It's a private joke. Me and Tequila know what we've been talking to him today. I mean, we were sending Batman and Robin things to him at one point.
Then be fighting words there, mate.
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah. Just to let you know, I'm Batman and he's Robin. Anyway, Boris said, see.
Screw that.
I was hoping you're going to go, holy smokes, Batman. Never mind.
Yeah, I know, Joe. I know, Joe. It's fine, mate.
Yeah, you just be the little Robin and be done with it. Seems Yang has also been taking English classes now, given to him by his current club, so he has decent understanding of English before he comes to it. I think that's great. I think that's a brilliant.
It'll help him acclimatize, because the culture's going to be a bit difficult for him. So if he can speak the language, that'll make it all much easier.
Big up to, I let you pronounce that name, Tequila.
What, Liston Hines?
No. This one. The one on the screen.
Oh, thanks, Dermo.
What?
Well, Day. There you go.
We call you Mr. Day. There you go. We call you Mr. Day, if that's all right. Because I do not want to.
Waddell Day. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, right?
So Waddell Gay. Beast of TH says, calling someone a yes man is just it is an easy throw comment. Ange is not a yes man. I'm telling you that. Boris says, great to be part of the THFC till I die family. Boris, glad to have you. We've got plans for you, sir. We have big plans for you. Football Boxing says, is proven he is at the moment. And these comments, I knew he would come. Always the window's still open. But how many times over the years have you heard that? Probably loads. DJ Samuel, this season, this channel is going to explode. It did on Friday explode for one reason. With lots of great stuff. I know it's great. Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. So just another inside channel joke.
Yeah. With the lots of TNT. Yeah. It's like Guy Fawkes night it was.
Yeah, it is. I tell you one thing, DJ, you've been a part of it. And also, can you get in touch with Tequila as well, please? We'll explain why at the end of the stream. Dermo's right to be angry. Yeah, the football, I am right to be angry. I am getting angry. It simply isn't good enough. You're right, it isn't good enough. Big up to Joe as well. We will be. I'll be getting on the phone to him straight after this stream and giving them peace of my mind. Brian said, this club breeds frustration. It's the only thing that won't change for you.
Nice one, Wayne.
Yeah. Do you know what? Me and Wayne have been fans for over 40 years, right? I think me and Wayne have the right to be angry. So does all fans have a right to be angry, but I think we have a more right to be angry because we've been the fans longest. And I don't know what it is, Wayne, with you, but because we nearly saw Tottenham go under, is there a little bit of an allowances that we give the board and Tottenham, probably because we've nearly seen them go out of business, and we were around when they were nearly going to non-existence? So do we give that bit of allowances, I wonder? I'd love to know on Wayne on that. We're all frustrated because it's how long it takes the club to get this deal done. Yeah, I know it is. Joe says to Tequila, I put a smiley. All good.
Yeah, it's all good, Joe.
It's all good, Joe. It's all good, Joe. Pedro Neto, Leston Hines, big up, Leston. How are you doing? Sonny Liston there, the old boxer from the 1950s. It says Pedro Neto has played less than 50% of games in 5 years in the counter-attacking system. That is really a wise signing.
Depends on the price, Liston. I mean, it wouldn't be the first injury-prone player we've got, but it depends. If the price reflects that, then it's a calculated decision, isn't it?
Big up to Altal Cockerelli.
Big up, Jose.
Big up, Jose. No, it's Jose Spanish, not Jose Portuguese.
I said Jose.
Yeah, Jose. Yeah, I'm just letting people know it's Joe. It's Jose. It's Jose Spanish, not Jose Portuguese. In case anyone gets mixed up.
Jose Mourinho. Yeah.
Jose Mourinho. Right. What's well? You and me are in the mood tonight. I can tell you, we're in that funny mood tonight.
Dermo is on some funky cigarettes, I think. That's all I'm going to say.
No, I'm not. I'm on some really strong medication.
That was. Oh yeah, that was my.
Yeah.
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 We can all tell, mate. We can all tell. That's great.
No, you can't. I'm as sober as a judge. Well, if he puts it up with Levy usual crap, then I'm afraid it is correct. Boris says, if no one hears from me, check the nearest loony bin since Damo would have thrown me in there. So if it doesn't go, I'll be joining you. I think
He's looking for company, Boris. That's what he wants.
I'm looking for company. That's it. You know, I tried throwing tequila in there.
He's tried to get all of us in there, but we've all managed to get out. So.
You just didn't like the nurse. That was your problem. The nurse scared you. You ran.
That's because she didn't fancy me. She fancied you, Damo. I was just
no. She fancied you, but she was 90. Anyway, you cannot tell me Ange didn't want players. He did. We all.
Of course he did, mate. Yeah. I mean, there's no getting around that. Of course he wanted players in early.
Of course he did. DJ Sampson, how do I get in touch with Tequila? Tequila, how he gets in touch with you?
Well, obviously, I don't want you giving me the email address publicly.
Join the Discord, DJ. If you join the Discord, you'll be able to get hold of Tequila that way. So
yeah, you can do that.
For the Discord, it's in the chat.
Same with you, Wayne. Both of you.
Yeah, Wayne. Yeah. Will there be? Do you know what DJ Moraine remind me of? Right. If they were Batman and Robin, right. All right. I think DJ would be like the Joker, right, and Wayne would be the Riddler. If they were the villains, do you know that?
Which one's better, Joe? Oh, I don't know. I guess. I mean, Joker. I like them both. I'm probably Joker though. Joker's probably the best.
Daniel Levy's the Penguin. Anyway,
he's Doctor Doom, Dermo.
He's Doctor Doom. He is Doctor Doom. Yeah. Will there be fans forums early? I think there will be. You know, if this carries on, I think there will be.
Yeah, there could be. You wonder if the trust are going to get involved as well. Send him another letter saying we're so disappointed with the transfer.
Don't get me started on the trust again. That's another waste of fucking units. It
is a waste, you're right?
They are the biggest waste of articles going. Seriously, what did they do?
They wrote when Levy raised the prices and got rid of the commissioned. The thing, the commissions for the older people. They wrote them a letter. I don't think it did anything.
Oh wow! They wrote a letter. Where's them campaigning against it? Where's their campaigning? Where's their?
I thought they had a little rally. I mean, I don't really want to be talking about protests right now because I live in England on this day, so I don't want to talk about protests. But that's apparently what it was.
To be fair, I'm being honest. Anyone living in England around these, I hope you're safe. Keep safe, and I hope you're all right. And let us know if you're okay as well, because we do genuinely care what's happened to you guys over there. We do care about our subscribers. Just be careful.
Just stay indoors and don't go out. I know how it sounds, but that's
come and live in Ireland.
Or go and move into Dermo's backyard. He's offered to put me there already. Yeah. Better be a big Dermo.
It is, yeah. Good. You'll have a 90-year-old granny in there with you as well. Anyway, I'll give them some allowances as we nearly went out of existence. Levy, like him or not, has us financially. And this is the point I'm making. Wayne's point. I think Wayne sort of gets it on my level that we were there when the club nearly went out of business. I mean, you have to experience what that's like. And that's no disrespect to you, Tequila, or the younger fans that have only known.
I agree 100%. But it's something that, as you said, because me and fans who weren't watching at the time can't relive it. We can empathise, but we can't get the exact same emotions that. And maybe that is a thing. Maybe that's why a lot of the maybe it's an age thing that some of the Levy outers, because they haven't experienced that kind of. That's why they're harsher on Levy maybe than other fans like yourself are, because you've lived through us nearly going out of existence, so your perspective is going to be a bit different. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, one of them videos I sent you is all about that and all about Scholar,
Yeah,
the way
I've seen that one. The one about Scholar, I've actually seen that one. Yeah.
And he broke the club completely.
Yeah.
I mean, for a fan going to bed, am I going to have a football team to support in the morning? It really does put this Levy
all
out
those loans,
into...
all those loans to Aussie art dealers. I had no idea about, and I was like, wow, really?
And all these Levy out protests, and they have a right to protest, they have a right to voice their opinion, they have a right to do what they want to do. But really, when you put it into perspective of where we were on the Scholar to now, Wayne is right. Financially, this is the best we've ever been. But this is the also bit that annoys me, that we should, in theory, have 400 million to spend FFP-wise. Why aren't we spending it? It's not like we're short of money.
No, this is what I mean. It's because, yeah, and I agree with Wayne as far as I think even a lot of the Levy out people agree that he's done very well for us. I don't think you can argue that point, really. Logically, you can't argue the point that financially, look at where we are. The problem is it's been at the... We've sacrificed on the field success almost for it, and I think a lot of it is why can't we have a bit of both? Why has it got to be? Why has it got to be one or the other? Why can't we have a bit of both?
I mean, you look at... no, Wayne, I'm not taking special the Colombian parasite.
He's already offered me a whole bunch, Wayne, in the back, and I had to say no, mate.
It's the Jaffa cakes. It's me as Jaffa cakes. I'm still taking.
Yeah. She's still selling them, bruv. She's still importing them.
Look, I don't think, right. I would love to do business early. Of course, I would. It's what we all want, but let's look at it another way. Then, Tequila. Let's go down this route, right? Is the European transfer market broke? It's that broke. It's the football model broke.
I don't know if it's broke. I mean, look at Atletico Madrid. They're apparently going to buy this Alvarez from City for 80 million. I thought they had no money.
Yeah, I know.
So Atletico Madrid have been quite busy on the transfer front, but and don't get me wrong, they are obviously probably the third biggest club in Spain behind Real Madrid and Barcelona. But it's like, I don't know. I know Serie A don't have much money. That's why the great Milan, and I'm not being sarcastic, the great AC Milan are struggling to pay the fee for Emerson. This is AC Milan.
I know.
And they're struggling to pay 20 million for Emerson. It's like they're negotiating just to save every penny they can. So
look, I don't get it. I'm frustrated because we should be able to get players in. We've got a big enough name to get players in. And if Ange wants players in, why does the point where Ange becomes frustrated and say, do you know what, guys? Fuck this, I'm off.
I don't know. See, I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will. And it's not because I particularly think he's a yes man. I do understand why football and boxing is coming from. The point that he's trying to make, I think, and if I'm wrong, football and boxing, you tell me I'm wrong, is that because Ange is putting up with Levy doing his stuff, that kind of makes him a yes man because he's putting up with it. Now, I don't know how involved Levy is in transfers, right? None of us really know. We get all these rumors, but none of us really know. But if you look for patterns over the years, Dermo, you see patterns. You see all these different managers, all the managers we've had, but we keep doing the same thing. So what is the constant figure there? It's Daniel Levy. That's just logic. So the way that he runs his transfer strategies doesn't seem to work for us a lot of the time when it comes to football and reasons. Let me give you an example. There was a rumor, and I'll say it's a rumor because, it was, that Daniel Levy dislikes getting players in early because of the extra wages that he's got to pay. So he prefers to shop near the end of the window because technically he saves 2 months worth of wages. And you might think, well, that's not worth it. Well, it is when you're paying 200k a week to a player. That means that he's saved 5 million in wages because he didn't buy at the start.
If that's the truth indicator, that's shocking. That for me is scandalous.
Well, I can't sit here and say 100% because, of course, Daniel Levy's not going to come out and say it, but it's something I've heard.
Yeah. I want to put this to you then, Tequila. Man City, the richest club in the world, haven't been spending money left, right, centre. So what does that tell you? It's a transfer market in a bit of a...
I don't know.
Suspended.
Dermo, we was thinking with City because they've got so many bloody charges underneath them. I don't even know if they're themselves too scared to spend any proper money because they don't know what's about to happen to them.
But the point I'm making is the transfer window sort of in a bit of suspense, a suspended nature at the moment because of the Pro League, waiting for the Saudi Pro League to come in. I mean, there was talk they were going to offer 50, 60 million for Richarlison. I mean, that hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting for AC Milan to buy. Are we waiting to get players out, to get players in?
Well, I would have thought that us relying on selling a right back in Emerson, right, for quite a low fee in the grand scheme of everything, and that's stopping us from buying the striker we badly need. I wouldn't have thought so. Now, it might stop us buying another fullback, which makes sense because because we need to wait to get a fullback out to bring in one. But that shouldn't have anything to do with us and the striker we decide to sign or not sign.
Well, exactly, because he's a foreign player. Then the foreign player quota comes into effect. Do we have too many foreign players? Do we have to get rid of a few to buy a few in? Do you know what I mean? Maybe the homegrown side of it, it's okay. But maybe the foreign market and the foreign, side of the club, do we have to sell a few to get a few in? And if that's the case, then why wasn't this done early in the summer? Why is it taking us so long to shift these players? I mean, we've shifted 80% of the deadwood already, but there's still some more to be shifted.
Yeah, we've gotten rid of most of them, and there is only a couple. I mean, I wouldn't even particularly call Emerson Deadwood. I don't think he's amazing, but he's not in the same levels of shitness as some of the other players we had. But we have got rid of most of them. But it's just like the striker was so important, and I can't get my head around that we've scoured the world, and we've decided that Solanke is the one. I can't get my head around it.
They've all sat in the big room, and the three of them have said, right, I've got Gimenez here, and I've got Ivan Toney. And some fella goes, do you know what, lads? A bit like the fella at the end of the Italian Job. Hang on, lads, I've got a plan. Let's go and buy Solanke. And you got Donut 1 looking at Donut 2. Yeah, okay, we'll go and buy him. It's like watching the two old fellas on the Muppet Show. Agreeing to buy Solanke. I mean, it's the biggest waste of money going. Now, Philip Brady, who's on this channel, says, yeah, if he comes, I'll support him. He's a Tottenham player. That goes without saying. But he's no Ivan Toney and he's no Harry Kane. And we had the best striker in the world. We sold him for whatever reason, because of money, because he was coming to his last year of his contract, whatever. But we've never replaced him.
The thing is, Dermo, as well, and I know what the reply is going to be from most people, but the truth, I know that with Kane, it was his last year, right? So his value was, let's say, his value was cut in half, right? But technically, if we buy Solanke for 65 million, that means that more or less we sold Kane for 20 million more than we're going to pay for Solanke. And if you look at the difference in talent between those two, crazy, isn't it?
It is, and we need a striker. Is Solanke going to be the one to get you 20, 25 goals a season? No.
The thing is that even in his best season, which was last season, it was 19. Now, I'm not going to sniff at 19 goals. And as some people said in Dave's chat when we were in there, it's not to get 19 goals in the Premiership. It's impressive, but I think you've got to do it more than once before you spend. Surely you got to do it more than once to spend 65 million. You need to do it over a period of a couple of seasons at least.
Well, we spent 60 million on Richarlison, and he didn't get more than 10 or 11 goals a season.
Yeah, and I said right away that I never wanted him because the max he ever got was 13. So us paying 50 to 60 million, I thought was ridiculous. And I've kind of been proven right because he's been here a couple of years. He's much more injury prone than I thought he was as well. He's missed a lot of time as well.
I don't know. Well, listen, guys, we are going to end it there because me and Tequila, it was only going to be a short show tonight. We are back tomorrow, of course we are, and we're going to continue this talk.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have Colin on with us tomorrow night as well.
If he survives.
If he survives. Look, firstly, I want to say to everyone that's living in England at the moment, please be careful. If you have to go out in pairs. If you don't have to go out, please stay in. And look after your loved ones. Do please be careful. Keep in touch with that. If you are going out, keep in touch with people. Keep in touch with us here because we'd love to know if you're okay. Do you want to add anything more else? And also, you got a bit of announcement to make as well. So do you want to make that as well at the end of the show?
Okay, yeah, let's do the announcement. It was one of the reasons why DJ Samuel and Wayne, I wanted you to contact me, because we are looking to expand a little bit and we're looking to find someone else to join us alongside Boris. So Boris is coming in and we've already spoke to him, but there's a couple of you guys who have supported this channel not only financially when we have memberships, but also just in regular views.
From the start.
Yeah, from the start. And we were just wondering if anyone would be interested in becoming a part of the channel. Now, it's okay if you don't want to be. It's like absolutely no pressure whatsoever. It's more like we're hiring. So there's people, obviously, we know and trust on the channel. But anyone who generally watches on a regular basis, if you've got any interest in kind of covering Spurs and joining us for some of these things and helping out when you can, because Dermo's going to be a little bit ill. Like I say, it's up to Dermo how much you want to tell you, but Dermo's going to be not being able to do as many shows as he normally will for a little while. So because of that, we're looking for some people to come in. So if there is anyone watching who regularly comes in here and watches us, and you're interested in joining us for these kind of debates and stuff like that and watch-alongs, then please contact one of us via the channel if you want.
Yeah, hit the link on the Discord. Or send the email which is attached to which is on the channel as well. I've got a crumbling back, and I'm in a little while I'm going for an operation on my back to have my back rodded, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be out for a little while. But with this new chair that I got coming today, I'm not going to be out as long as I thought. I can still, do you know what I mean? I'll be back sooner than we all thought. So that's a good thing. But we want people to run the other channel. And we're looking for a couple of people that could run the European Football Network channel. And that's what you'd be doing. You'd be running that channel. You'd be the main host on there. We all work together on the content for the watch-alongs. We'll set you up as long as you've got a PC. And we set you up with OBS, and we set you up with the studios and everything that we use. And yeah, and it is to expand, isn't it, Tequila? It's to expand the channel. Because
it's to expand and to cover your injury demo, and also just because we want to grow as a channel as well. And we've got Com who does join us sometimes, but obviously Com's a United fan, so he doesn't get into the Spurs stuff. So it's mainly me, Philip, and Dermo. And sometimes one of us can't be here, or one of us is ill and stuff like that. So it's just having a few more members, isn't it? Really coming on and talking about Spurs or talking about football, because we're all Spurs fans, we're all football fans, obviously. And it's technically what I did. I'm sure if you guys know from me, I was a modern here for a while, but then eventually I joined the channel. So, and I've had a really good time with these guys. So, how if I can do it, anyone can.
Yeah, and it is. So the idea of if say there's a big match playing in Europe, the two other people that join us can be covering that as we're covering Tottenham. So that's the idea. It's about giving you guys more. It's about giving you guys better content, more football content, more debates, more about Tottenham, more about football in general. And this is what it's all about for us. And we want to grow. We're nearly at 2K. We want to get to 2K. And we will, and we want to expand. And of course, I'm going to be off for a while. We need somebody to take my place, and it's it's a great channel. I love my channel. This channel's been built from the bottom up, and it's a great place to work. It's a great place to be. You have a laugh and joke with us, and we do have a lot of laughs on here, don't we, Tequila? We take our football seriously.
Yeah,
but we also do have a giggle.
And yeah, we have a good time, and you know, we've got our own kind of WhatsApp where we all chat and everything like that. And also sometimes we even go and play FIFA and lose badly.
Is there games tonight? Is there a gaming channel tonight?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I'm not sure.
Maybe Colum's getting his shield, maybe a bit like Captain America for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe he's getting his Captain America outfit out ready for tomorrow.
Well, at least it's better that than his Wonder Woman outfit that he puts on often.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a go at me for that one. Yeah. So
we're
hiring, aren't we? Kind of. We're looking to hire. Boris is obviously already going to join us, which is cool, and I know that he's big into Serie A, so we're going to let him cover all of Serie A and stuff like that. But no, we're looking for a couple more people as well. Yeah. And if anyone's interested, then contact one of us. You can contact me. You can contact Dermo. If you're not, that's more than fine, and we appreciate you watching anyway. It's just like it's an idea that we're just kind of throwing out there. If anyone wants to kind of get involved, then we'll listen, and then we can talk to you and see if we all get on. And Con wants to do interviews, apparently. I'm kind of joking, but you're not.
He does. Seriously, he does.
Yeah. So he's going to take you into a padded room and interrogate you. I'm joking. He won't do that. But
he took me into one, and I just said to him, something made a figure up to him, and he said I was hired. So I said, well, I got this gig.
I just bribed him. I just paid him off, man.
Big up to Killian Kenny. Big up. He said, I said, thanks to Dave, the King. And Joe said, if you go out, avoid going to a riot.
Well, you can watch it for free, though. Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch it. Clearly,
you haven't got to pay for that. You haven't got to pay for that entertainment.
Tequila, that is awful. That is awful.
Yeah, well,
it's funny, but it's
someone had to say it.
Somebody had to say it. Football, now we're going to end with this one. He said, wasn't it good enough for Chelsea? Wasn't good enough for Liverpool, but it's good enough for Tottenham. No.
Yeah, Solanke. Yeah, so he wasn't a success.
Joe says, I guess we need English players in the squad for numbers. Exactly. Well, listen, guys, thank you all for watching. We are back tomorrow, aren't we, Tequila, at 7:00?
Yep.
Probably more continue on for this. I think we'll have more time tomorrow night.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a bit longer tomorrow.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Well, listen, you need to run, Tequila. You run.
I do.
I will end off this. Whatever you do, be kind to each other. Be nice to one another. Come on, you Spurs. And Big Ange. We trust. Oh, before we go, Tequila, I would like to introduce you to Tottenham Hotspur's new transfer team.
Oh dear.
Now, which one's Daniel Levy?
One on the right.
Yeah. On that bombshell.
I'm surprised you've got 4 of them, Dermo. So you should only have one person there based on what activity.
They're the full versions of Levy. But on that bombshell, we're back tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs, and Big Ange, we trust.
Guys.